Today, I'm bringing you a full face of affordable makeup using NYX Cosmetics, Maybelline, and L'Oréal. And the best part is everything is under $16. Y'all, these brands have been dropping some amazing new products, and it's only the first week of February. So we're gonna test them out, and we're gonna create a stunning, long-lasting look. Hi beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Aisha and I help women of purpose glow up from the inside out, because while a flawless beat is fun and sometimes a necessity, truth is that true beauty actually starts from the heart when you're confident in who you are. And this video is actually a part of my True Beauty series, and it's just a video series I created to help women level up in their beauty, confidence, and their faith, because when you feel good and you know your worth in Christ, it's virtually impossible to stop that type of shine because you're glowing from the inside out. Get what I'm saying? So if you love affordable beauty, faith-filled inspiration, and all things makeup, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and make sure you turn on notifications so you don't miss my next video. Now, let's go ahead and get to this drugstore glow up. Step 1 is prime and set for long-lasting wear. I'm using NYX Cosmetics, the face glue, and this comes with their primer and also their setting spray. I'm mentioning both of them at the beginning of this video because they do come as a duo, and they also come as individual products. They're like $9 each, but I'm going to tell you that both of these products actually perform just as well as some options that I have that are like $70 per primer. And you'd be saving a lot of money and getting these same results if you just got these. So I'm going to show you guys how these right here deliver for long-lasting wear. First of all, they are both non-comedogenic, meaning they're not going to clog your pores. So you got something that's a barrier between your actual foundation and your face that is non-comedogenic, which is great. They both have really good ingredients. This baby right here, the face glue, guys, has a smoothing type texture and it grips. And I really like that it kind of goes on as a cream because it's very, very moisturizing. I want to run up my old one before I use the new one. So that's the only reason why I'm squeezing this like crazy. It's coming, guys. It's coming. If not, I'll pull out my new one because I did use this. Yes. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Okay, I gotta share what I love about this. So first of all, that is very, very rich and creamy. So I'm gonna put this on my forehead, and I like to do mine just like this, and I got a good bit on, okay? When you go to put this on, it feels just like any other lotion, any other cream. But once it dries, it has a gripping type of property that just grips your makeup. So when you first put it on, I like that because as I'm putting it on, it's not sticky. It just feels like I'm rubbing in lotion. So I got time before it actually dries, before my face starts to get really sticky. That makes the application, I feel like, a lot more user-friendly, in my opinion, and you still get the grip sensation, but they put it in a cream, you know what I mean? Like, it's not necessarily a liquid that automatically starts gripping. That makes sense. I really just like the formula because it starts with the cream, easy to spread, and then grips right after it dries, so that way your makeup stays on for a long-lasting wear. And I believe that this one actually is 24-hour hold on the face, and that's only $9 for one of the primers. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's very much affordable. Once this dry, guys, I think it's already starting to settle in my skin. I do have my mirror behind me, so if you see me look off camera, that's what I'm looking at. I think it's already basically dry, and you can see that it leaves no white cast. It just melts right into my skin. And once this baby settles in and dry, I'm gonna give it a few more seconds. It does grip like crazy, okay? So it starts to grip. You're gonna see the snatch back on my face. I can feel my jaw pulling, and I can even hear it. And let me just test it out. Let me just pull something, I don't know, like this. You see what I mean? Like, it just literally just grips it. That is insane for a $9 primer. And I'm talking and moving my jaw, and it has not fallen off yet. There we go. So see what I mean? Like, very well worth the price, and you still get the quality of a high-end product. Step 2 is brows that stay flawless. And for the brows, I'm going to be using that Maybelline Super Fluff Brow Mousse. And you might like it, you might not. But I have sparse brows, as you can see. This literally fills in and gives me that fluffy brow routine in like very little time than it takes me to actually do other pencils. To me, I've tested out so many different brow pencils to get the fluffy brow look, and they all work. But if you want to spend like minimum of maybe 5 minutes on each brows or something like that, this is going to be your option. Other than that, you spending at least 30 minutes doing both your brows. This color that I have is the dark brown. They do have a black. I have the dark brown. This is how the brush looks. It has a brush that can bring up your brows, just filling them in, and the mousse is just very, very filling, and it helps to just give you that fluffy brow look while also filling. So I really like it. First, what I'm going to do is, and this is a routine of mine, and I am going to be using this setting powder in this video. It's the only setting powder I'm going to use. This is a newbie that just dropped like this month. You can't even find it on Amazon at the time of this video, but it is on TikTok Shop. I will include all the links below to everything. So this is the L'Oréal Infallible Perfection powder, and it is a pink powder, y'all. I am dark skinned, so very, very interesting to see how this performs, knowing that it's a brightening powder that also blurs your fine lines and your pores. I can tell you now that I've already tried it, and I know it's amazing. I'm going to just use this right now to just take any excess oil off of my brow area before I go in with glue and that brow mousse, because I am going to use a glue. You don't have to use a glue. The brow mousse also has properties in it to make your brows last for a long time and make them smudge proof, and I believe also waterproof. But the glue I'm going to use is also going to give you that same thing. So everything is affordable, but if you double down on these products, I do think that they help with the longevity. Not that they can't stand alone and get the job done, but if you layer them up, you'll get that quality of a higher priced item. That makes sense. So what I'm going to do now that I have already put on that finishing or setting powder, I'm going to use NYX Cosmetic. This is also from their face glue line, and it is their face glue, and this right here is an extreme hold glue. And what this glue does, I'm going to make sure I say this right. So this is waterproof, flake proof, and also gives you a 16-hour hold. And again, this also has a brush with it, and you just really just get the glue off of it, and it also kind of dries really fast as well. I'm gonna get my mirror. This also dries pretty fast as well. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to bring up my brow hairs. And like I mentioned, you don't have to do this step because I have used Maybelline's brow mousse. I have used their Super Fluff brow mousse without doing this step that I'm doing, but using it like this, I do feel like I love the hold better. And it does not come off as easy either, even though they are both kind of smudge proof. But this is an extreme hold glue, so it's gonna nail anything you put on it. So again, if you're using a brow pencil that's kind of on the inexpensive side, and that brow pencil maybe not be waterproof or smudge proof, etc., just get yourself a glue like this. This glue is, I believe it is, I don't know, I think it's like $9. It's not that bad, you know, for a glue. It might be even cheaper than that. I'm not sure, don't quote me on that, but it's not that expensive to get, and it literally gives you that nice hold. So I'm gonna wait for this to dry, and then we'll come right back with the Super Fluff brow mousse. Okay, now the brows are cleaned up. This is how they are looking with the Super Fluff. Step 3 is the base. We're gonna make sure the base is flawless, smooth, and also glowing. To do that, guys, I'm gonna pull in 3 of the newest drops from Maybelline, and it's their lifter sticks. I'm gonna show you these. With the lifter sticks, they have multi-use. You can seal, you can sculpt with these, and you can also contour with them. And I do have 3 shades to do just that. Now, typically, I don't cover, even though you can definitely see I have some discoloration on my sides of my face. That is really due to me having second-degree burns that I got when I was younger. When I was 4 years old, I almost died. But that is what I have right here on the side of my face. If it weren't for that, I'm not sure what I would have. I don't think I would have anything. But for the sake of this video, I am going to show you guys how to use the cover option. And let me look down for my shades. I'll make sure I tell you the shades. So for covering, this is going to be shade 75 for me. They are very nice and easy to work with. They're super creamy. So for covering, you basically just want to get your shade, and you only want to hit the areas where you need to cover. So as you can see, I'm going to just hit the sides of my face right here. Also, my mouth area here, my chin definitely has some hyperpigmentation here on the side of my mouth, and again on the side of my face and jawline. Okay, so I'm gonna take my brush, and then I just, you know, move it in. Now this formula is super easy to work with. Like, doesn't matter if the contouring, the concealing, this covering portion, it's very creamy and easy to work with, and I'll show you guys that as well. But yeah, this is how you cover. Just get your shade, and now you have that, you know, beautiful looking, even, nice skin before you go in with the rest of your makeup. So next, I'm going to use the newest foundation that Maybelline released this year. It is the Lumi Matte Foundation. This one gives a 30-hour hold for your makeup, and it gives a glowy finish that's not also oily, okay? And like I said, the finishing or setting powder we're going to use is gonna matte everything up, okay? But I love this one. I am in the shade 368, which Maybelline has also told me that if you've ever tried their Fit Me foundation, your shade from the Fit Me foundation should be the same or very close shade to your Lumi Matte foundation. So my shade and the Fit Me foundation is, you know, very close. I think it's 360 or even 368. So it's very similar. So this is the one I'm gonna use today, and I'll show you the formula in this. I like to apply mine with the brush just in case I have any breakouts or anything like that. It's not directly going on my skin, even though the other thing did. So I just like to apply this with a brush. I feel like it's just easier to do, and I can hit just certain areas. I know a lot of people said in one of my Reels videos that, or YouTube shorts should I say, they were like, oh, that's not a perfect match, but you could definitely do it. Though the thing is that you want to make sure that your chest is matching with your face, and this formula is so creamy and lightweight. It gives like a medium to full coverage. So as you can see, I already did the covering, so I really don't need to pack it on, but you can, because I definitely like a full face beat for sure. So I'm just gonna go in. I'm laughing at myself, guys, because this is not the brush that I usually use, though I do love this brush. This is my Do Care brush, and it's still gonna get the job done. But I've been using the BK Beauty brushes, but for the sake of this video, that really doesn't matter because they're not either of the brands that I mentioned in the beginning. But just laughing at myself because I literally just pulled this because I couldn't find my other brush and I wanted to keep this video rolling. Okay, so here we go. I'm pushing this right into my hairline as well, guys, and bringing that down on my nose. And you can see how creamy and rich this formula is. It's super, super creamy and rich. Very, very, very nice. I really, really like this formula of the Lumi Matte because it's kind of lightweight, but then you could also layer it for a full coverage look. I love that. And especially since we're about to go into like spring, summer, the Lumi Matte, yeah. And that's a 30-hour hold right there. So we got a really nice hold on this. Okay, the next two I'm going to use from the lifter sticks is going to be their contour and their concealer. So what I'm going to go in first is with their concealer. That's how I usually do mine. I think the placement of this depends on what you're trying to do with this. This is a highlighter stick, so I'm just highlighting with this since we already got a cover stick, you know. With the lifter sticks, I believe they got a total of 18 shades. 18 shades. With the Lumi Matte, you got 24 different shades. And that's, guys, just on a recent launch. So they did very well with their shade option. Maybelline usually does. That's why I really, really love their brand. I'm going to hit my forehead with this. You can see how creamy this is, and that circular applicator that they created makes it very, very easy to contour the nose. I'm also going to hit my Cupid's bow chin, and I do like to do this right here where I'm starting from my mouth and drawing it like this so that way I can create more of a sculpted look with it. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to blend it all in. The formula is super, super creamy, so you do want to be careful of how much you blend it in because it can literally just escape you. And then you got to reapply, which I might have to do in this video, so we'll see. Because your girl is very heavy-handed. Alright, so that is the concealer. Then next thing I'm going to go in with is my contour stick. My contour shade is in the shade 90. My covering shade is shade 75. And my highlighter shade that I just used, or the concealer, is shade 60. Now I'm using the contour, which is shade 90. So this is really, really deep. And I'm just going to start here. Creamy, creamy, and rich. And then I like to go boom, boom, boom. And then for the nose area, you can kind of go like this. I'll probably hit that again, to be honest. I like to blend this part with my fingers because this thing is super creamy and it's very, very easy to blend. This was a perfect match for me, not too deep as well. Okay, so I need a liquid blush. And the liquid blush I'm going to be using for this is going to be the Cheek Heat. This baby right here from Maybelline. Am I holding that right? You guys can see. Okay, there we go. I think it's the Cheek Heat, and I'm in shade 10 Pink Scorch. It's a very, very light pink. Look at that shade. It's really pretty. Once you put this on and you allow it to like take some time to actually dry onto your skin, I believe the formula kind of is like a superstay formula where it doesn't move like after that. So we'll see though. We'll see, because I haven't often used this and I wanted to keep everything Maybelline, and I do like this color. So yeah, I'm just putting it on like that. That's typically how I go in with it. All right, now for blending, I'm going to be going in first, touching up my concealer. So I'm going to hit here in the mouth, and look how easy this blends right in. Right in. So that's why I said, like, you don't have to beat. The formula is so, so, so creamy. You don't have to beat. And I wouldn't do that, or you would have to probably touch the area up again. So what I mean by beat is like you don't have to pat your face too much to get that formula to seep in and be seamless. Okay, everything is nicely blended. You can see that 10 Pink Scorch blush, very, very light though, popping up on my cheek, but you can see where I have the contour. You can see my creamy, creamy concealer. You can see the contour on my forehead, my nose blended in as well. Looks great. And for the eyeshadow, guys, I went in with like a transitional shade eyeshadow. It's kind of like a brownish shade, and I'm going to be using the Buttermilk Blush from NYX Cosmetics. So this is Cool Pink and My Butter Half. I'm going to show you guys how creamy this is. This is how it looks. It's very, very rich, and I'm going to use my ring finger. It's very, very light, but it's beautiful on my skin tone. So here we're going to go and right here and just wipe it. This is a blush, but if you've never tried to use this as an eyeshadow shade, I'm going to show you guys that you can. And it's a very creamy, powdery type blush that also has that long-lasting formula as well from NYX Cosmetics. And you can also, like I mentioned, use it as a blush. And I'm just going to use my finger. Kind of messy. I usually don't use my finger, but I think that this formula is just so easy to work with that it's okay to use your fingers like with it. This might give me more control with it not hitting my eyelash, my false lashes. A brush, I have to be very, very careful applying eyeshadow on after you have lashes on, because if not, it does leave like residue from the eyeshadow. Okay, step 5 is we're setting and blurring for a flawless finish, and I'm using L'Oreal's newest loose setting powder. This is the Infallible Blurfection. It gives a 24-hour wear. It's blurring, brightening, and it helps to blur your fine lines, your wrinkles, and your pores. This is the most expensive individual product in this video. It's like $15.99, so still keeps us underneath that $16 spend, but yeah, it's bomb. So I'm just going to bring in, this is how the inside looks with the applicator. So you kind of got like some little holes right here where it dispenses the product. So I'm going to use the top and just bring some in here, and I'm going to show you guys how this thing just blurs. And as you can see, I haven't gone in with any setting spray or anything like that with my face, and my face still gives the dewiness, and it's ready for me to blur and set. And that's what I love about Maybelline's lifter sticks, is that they do give you that glowy like finish without being super oily. And I am an oily skin girly, so that L'Oreal loose setting powder I'm about to use is going to be light tea. And also this loose setting powder is pink, okay, so it has a brightening effect. I do like this. I've tried some other pink powders. I think they're really decent, but I have to say, out of all of the pink powders I've tried, this is probably my favorite one to use. So I am going to get some product on here. I am going to dust off the excess. It just blurs like perfection. It's like Blurfection is its name, and it knows it. Like, this is stunning. You guys can see the major difference in my side of my face. So this side of the face has the blurring effect. This side is still glowy, right? Beautiful. Okay, and I haven't even done any extra layering just yet. That's just the first coat with the Blurfection, and I am definitely going to be layering this. But this gives a 24-hour hold on your makeup. It's pretty insane for the price. I have powders that are like $35. If you guys hear me tapping, that's me getting some excess powder. I have powders that are like $35. I think one I have is almost like $40. They usually give like a 12 to 16-hour hold. That's the most I've ever seen from a finishing powder, but one that gives you a 12-hour hold, that's insane. And it's only like I mentioned, $15.99. Pretty good deal for this powder. This is a brand new one, and I am going to have this one linked below. At the time of recording this video, it's not available on Amazon. For some reason, TikTok always gets the newbies. That's what I constantly see happening. No shade to Amazon, I love Amazon, but TikTok always gets the newbies. And so I do have a link for you guys where you can get it on TikTok. It's a link to my video on TikTok where you can purchase the product on TikTok. Now, if they do have it available on Amazon, feel free to grab it there, but I don't have it in my Amazon storefront directly because it's not available yet. So I had to give you guys a different link if you really were serious about picking it up. I'm sure you can pick it up at like stores like Ulta, etc. I just never shop at those places. I usually only do my shopping online. And I have to say that this and everything I'm using is in collaboration with these brands. This was a L'Oreal collaboration that I'm putting you guys on right now because the product is bomb. Okay, you can see now that everything is basically blurred. I'm just gonna go right on in and hit it again. And this is a brightening powder. And what you have to be careful with when you're darker skin, getting these brightening powders. I am in a shade. They have a few different shades. So I have to mention this too because this is very important if you're dark skin like me and you're trying to figure out the shade. I am in shade, I think it's 05 medium deep. I think they got a few different shades that you can check out. But yeah, I'm in shade 05 medium deep. And it's not their darkest shade. This is a pink shade. They do have one that's a brown shade, so you don't have to get the pink ones, okay? I just really want the pink one because it's my favorite color and I really want to try it out. You can see that it's just delivering. Look how smooth this looks. It looks beautiful. It just mats everything up and it's soaking right into my makeup. I have a little bit of a bump of color, but it's not so noticeable where it looks like I'm like cakey or have a cast. So I really think they did a great job with this formula, which is why I have it in today's video. And the fact that they kept it also affordable. I definitely do think at 10 out of 10 it's a really good grab, especially if you want to get a pink powder you've never had one before. That's how we're looking. So cute. Okay, now that I am blurred to the heavens with the Infallible Blurfection loose setting powder, it's time for me to hit the blush again. And I'm going to be using the Buttermilk Blush. It's the cool pink that I have on my eyes so we can create a more monochromatic look. And then after that, guys, there's 2 more products. We have to do something with the lips. Okay, so stay tuned. This is the cool pink, and I'm going to be using this brush. Okay, cool pink is about to hit the face right now. You can see that liquid blush on there too. I like to double my blushes so y'all know, but I'm gonna start swiping straight up. Look at that. You see that? Oof. Oof. monochromatic, boom. Okay, and it's kind of wet, so it's still wet from me applying the other blush. So I'm gonna use a different brush. Yeah, I need to use a different brush because it's making it pigmented. Okay, so here we go. That's how it's supposed to be. Since this brush has the liquid blush that we used in the beginning, kind of mixed it in that, which is why it kind of looks more like hot, like poppy pink, whereas this one is kind of more cool, like it's supposed to be. So got a little dilemma there. So I might have to, like what you do on one side, you do to the opposite side, you know, so that they attract, they are the same. So we'll have to just do that for this lip today. And then what I'm going to do is, now I'm just going to do these circular motions so we can kind of just okay, so what I'm going to do is to kind of diffuse this in. I'm diffusing it in as much as I can, since again, like I said, that liquid blush is definitely making it less cool pink, as you saw that this gave me on this side. I believe I can diffuse it in by just doing these circular motions, so that should help. And then I also want everything to blend seamlessly too. I don't want the blush to be too poppy. So I'm going to take that Blurfection powder before we go in and set, which setting is definitely going to help with matte putting everything together. I'm just going to hit that area again, since this is a pink press powder. Just to bring it down a little bit. I don't want to take too much of the blush away, but I don't also want it to be like not seamlessly blended. I'm just going to tap in that blush again. And I feel like we're coming along very nicely now. Like it's nicely blended. And then from here, I also like to just make sure I touch up again before setting. Like I'm hitting everything again that I need to. So before setting, I'm going in with my contour brush, and I just got the excess of that Maybelline Lifter Sticks, the contour stick in shade 90, and just hitting that. Also my nose, because we're gonna set. And once you set, it's kind of hard to come back from that. So you do want to make sure everything is blended just as much as you want it to be, and it looks seamless together, and nothing's popping too much here or whatever. It just blends nice. This brush just has a clear powder on it, so I'm just making sure everything is blended. So yeah, this is what we're working with now, and everything is kind of more on that seamless blended side. And I'm just going to take that blush that had the liquid blush on it and pat it in too, so I can get a little glow. I really like it. I think it's coming along beautiful. You guys can also let me know what you think in the comment section, but I love the look. I'm looking at my mirror too. I think it's beautiful. Okay, so our next step is lips that stay glossy and hydrated. And I'm going to be using the newest launch from NYX Cosmetics. It's their Duck Plump Lip Liner. They have a few different shades in the Duck Plump Lip Liner, and I'm going to be using Pink Injection today. This thing has the same tag on it as your Duck Plump liners, that extreme sensation, so it does carry that. I really love the way that they created this. They have in this form where you can easily hit the tip of it to get a more accurate lip line, and then also fill in. So I'm going to show you the lip line first, and then I'm probably going to fill in and then hit it with the lip drip oil so we can bring down that ginger sting. So because it's going to sting. So I'm going to try to zoom you guys in on the lips. And like I mentioned, this formula is easy. So this is how we're looking in the lips, and you can see my lip color in contrast to the actual color of this lip line. The sting is already stinging. Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys that I do like their Duck Plump line. I'm not a fan of the Duck Plump lipstick or the lip glosses, but I love their Duck Plump lip liners. I've never had a lip liner that plumps, so that's very interesting. And the fact that these are super pigmented. Also guys, they give you, I believe, a 12 to 16 hour wear. They don't come off easy. I have swabbed these on my arm before for doing a live stream on TikTok, and I've washed them off after my 2-hour live stream, and they didn't come off easy. So I had to go in with the makeup remover. So the lip liner, it's creamy and it's rich and it's matted, but it also doesn't come off easy, which is pretty good, especially if you're gonna wear it for an all-day lipstick. So that is how it looks as a liner, and from here I could stop and go in with the gloss, but I'm gonna fill in. Make sure it's not popped out too much since I'm filling it in and I'm going fast. Okay, so that's your full in on the lips, and of course I can hit it more and fill in more from here if I wanted to, but that's kind of what we're giving. So I have two options, guys. I definitely know that if I add a splash of cream, their lip drip fat oil, we're gonna be good with this combo, and that fat lip drip oil does bring down the stinging sensation from the lip liner. Or I can go with my favorite, which is their Lip IV Lip Hydrating Lip Gloss Stain in the shade Bubblegum Burst. This is my favorite shade in the Lip IV line, even though a ton of the shades I love. Like I love a ton, all the way down to their shade, which is Grape Gushing. I love it. But this baby right here is my top favorite. But I feel like if I put it with this look, it might be too much. So I'm trying to decide which one. So let's go in first with Splash of Cream, and if that's it, then I'll just stop it there. But if not, I'm going in. I'm gonna try the other one, and we'll see how it looks. This is what Splash of Cream on me is very, very, very clear like, but has like a little hint of cream, like a creamy lip color. And it brings down a little bit, brings down that that ginger like feel of that sting as well. So that's what we're working with that. That would be the finished look if we did it like that. I think it's really pretty. However, if I were to change it up, I think that's really pretty, but I feel like I could get a little bit more bold with the lip color since to match the eyeshadow, I'm trying to create that. So this is the part where it kind of gets a little iffy for me. But the fun thing is, guys, that lipsticks are actually my favorite type of thing. You can see the liner is still there, but I'm just kind of touching it up. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with now the Lip IV, and let's just see that color with it. All of it. Okay, so this is nice. I think I'm gonna go with this color because this is just my favorite shade. And it's not the exact color of my eyeshadow. That's okay with me. But I really love the Lip IVs. The Lip IVs, guys, is probably, it's literally, not probably, in my opinion, I do think the Lip IV lipstick is the best lipstick of 2024 and also our current best lipstick of 2025, considering that it stains your lip, it gives you a 12-hour wear, it's infused with magnesium, B12, and coconut water, so you got great hydration. It gives a glossy, pigmented look. No matter what shade you're in, it's always pigmented and glossy. And there's a lip stain underneath that. I don't know if you guys can hear my trucks going by, but I really love that lipstick, and like, at least grab one. Trust me, at least grab one. These are awesome. Okay, and the color that I have again is Bubblegum Burst. That's my favorite shade from all 18 of them, and I have a bunch of them right now. So I don't think I have all 18, but I have pretty close to that number. Okay, I know I look good right here, and it does feel like I could just stop, but we do have one more to do. And that is the Base Glue Setting Spray. And this one, ladies, does give, I believe, a 24-hour hold. It is also transfer resistant, water resistant, it's bomb, and it's only $9, okay? So this one is really good. Also, it has a fine mist as well on the face. I'm gonna spray this one so you guys can see. And just drench this baby up. And then I'm gonna let that dry and come back. This is the finished look. And there you have it, a full face of NYX Cosmetics, Maybelline, and L'Oreal. Everything affordable, all under $16. And this is a full beat, very simple routine that's great for every single day wear, even down to the eyeshadow. And so comment below, have you tried any of these new products that just got released this year and some of them late last year? Or what's going to be your next drugstore run after watching this video? Let's chat in the comment section. I would love to know your thoughts on them or what you think you'll probably pick up. I just want to remind you that this video is a part of my True Beauty series. It's just a space where we can glow up from the inside out, because true beauty is not just about how we look, but it is that confidence in knowing who you are in Christ. And so if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like, make sure to hit that notification bell, and if you subscribe, I will see you in the next one.